Hey guys, welcome back to Foreign Reacts. Today we're going to be checking out a video titled What Every Country in Europe is Worst at Part 1. And depending on how good this video does, I'll do the Part 2 version, which is another 10 minutes long video. So I just wanted to point out that I will be moving to Europe, and I finally released what country I'll be moving to in Europe on my other channel. And to watch that video, there's going to be a link at the top of the comment section. I will pin that comment, so you guys just click that comment and you go right over to that channel and go show some love and support to that channel. That channel is going to be the channel with my life in, I was just about to say the country, but it's going to be my life over there in Europe, and to be specific, the country that I am going to be moving to, God's willing. So y'all don't want to miss that, man. It's going to be lots of vlogs, and if you're a European, man, I'm telling you, you guys are going to actually see me visit in your country either ways on that channel. So you guys want to go subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me, and I'm pretty sure you guys won't regret it. But either ways, guys, we came here for this video titled What Every Country in Europe is Worst At. I wish they had a better title, you know, but whatever. Maybe I'm an idiot. But either ways, guys, let's get right into this video. Go.
This video was made possible by Skillshare. Start learning for free for 2 months by signing up at skl.sh/reallifelore34. Every country in the world is best and worst at something.
Really?
But in this video, we're going to focus exclusively on what every European country is worst at in Europe specifically. A quick disclaimer before I begin though, I wasn't able to find anything that either Austria or Slovenia was the absolute worst at. So if you live in either of those countries, I'm sorry to disappoint you with the bad news.
If y'all live in a country, let me know what your country sucks at, because we need to know. We need to know the secrets. Shh.
Anyway, let's move on to part 1 of this list with all the European countries between A and K, which begins with Albania, which is the country most likely to experience a natural disaster in Europe. Albania also has the lowest amount of doctors per capita in Europe. It's literally the only country in Europe to have never received a McDonald's, and it's the country that contributes the least to science in Europe, only publishing 1 scientific paper per 15,000 people in the country. Andorra is the largest country in the world that doesn't have an airport, and it also has the world's worst smoking problem. The average Andorran smokes 6,398 cigarettes a year, which is more than 17 every single day. Maybe it's for the best that they
That is wild!
Don't have an airport after all, because every smoke detector in a mile radius would be getting tampered with. Armenia has the least powerful passport found anywhere in Europe, with only 20 countries in the world giving them visa-free travel. And they're also ranked as the most militarized society in Europe. I couldn't find anything for Austria.
Wait,
so
they're not in the European Union. Because if they were in the European Union, I'm pretty sure they would have more access. I don't know, maybe?
Going there, guys. If you know something Austrians are the worst at, then please leave a comment. Next up is Azerbaijan, which has Europe's highest infant mortality rate, at over 2% of children dying before the age of 5. They also have Europe's lowest rate of vehicle ownership at only 145 cars per 1,000 people in the country, and the lowest freedom of the press found anywhere on the continent. Belarus, as per usual, has a lot of problems. So here's the gist. They're the only country in Europe that maintains the death penalty, with 4 executions taking—
No wonder! Whoo, man, I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't want to get political, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have to say nothing. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you're a European right now, you know what I'm talking about. Ugh. This country right here, man.
Place last year, which means that by default, they have the highest execution rate in Europe. They have the highest proportion of people living in modern slavery anywhere in Europe and anywhere in the world outside of Asia or Africa, at 11 slaves for every 1,000 people. Belarus is also the least democratic and the most authoritarian country in Europe, and has the lowest amount of renewable energy production in Europe at just 1.2% of their their total production. That being said, it should come as no surprise that Belarus also has the highest consumption of pure alcohol anywhere in the world, with the average person drinking 17.6 liters a year, which is more than one shot every day and nearly double the amount of alcohol that Americans consume. Belgium has arguably been hurt the hardest by the coronavirus pandemic out of any other country because as of this video, they currently have the highest coronavirus death rate in the entire world at 962 deaths per million in population. Bosnia and Herzegovina has the world's worst landmine contamination problem, with over 2.2% of their land being covered in active minefields. And they also have the worst air quality score in Europe. Bulgaria has the worst population decline in Europe and potentially the entire world. Since 1990, Bulgaria has lost 23% of her population, and the UN expects that she will lose another 23% by 2050.
Bro, let me tell you something. This world is done. This world is done.
Bulgaria is the poorest country in the EU,
Wow.
and most of her population decline can be attributed to people moving to other, more prosperous EU member states.
Oh my
Croatia
gosh.
has the lowest volume of railroad passengers of any country measured in Europe, but to be fair, not every country in Europe got measured in this report.
Okay.
Cyprus has the slowest average internet speed of any European country at just 6.9 megabits per second, which is 3 times slower speeds than seen in Norway. Further, Cyprus is also the European country with the highest percentage of claimed land under occupation, 40%, which is occupied by both the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus and the United Nations. Czechia has the highest consumption of beer per capita in the world, even more than Belarus. The average Czech drinks 149 liters of beer every year. According to a report by Internations, Denmark is the hardest country in Europe to make friends in, especially for expats moving into the country. Estonia is home to Europe's largest gender pay gap, where men in the country earn wages that are 26% higher than women do on average. Estonia is also the least
Why? I don't have a problem if a man's gonna get more pay if he's doing more work. Like I like when we get deep into the conversation and we try to make that thing understandable. Because if a man's gonna get 50,000 and a woman's gonna get 15, is she doing less? If she's doing less, okay. But she's doing the same job. Come on, man. That's pathetic.
Largest country in the entire world, with 84% of the population saying that religion is not important to their lives. According to a report by the Oxford University Press back from 2009, Finland suffers from the highest rate of depression anywhere in Europe.
That don't make no sense, does it?
7%.
That don't make no sense, does it? Highest rate of depression, but also the happiest country. I don't know. But I did a video about the happiness regarding Finland and I think it was Denmark. And when you kind of, I don't know. I really don't. I don't really get how they really measure that, but it's really something where they were talking about how, are you having like worries about, like things are there and I don't know. It's hard to explain for you guys, man.
Of the adult population. Ironically, Finland was also just rated as the world's happiest country by the World Happiness Report. France has the highest number of active land disputes with other countries. They currently have border disputes across the world with Madagascar, Comoros, Mauritius, Vanuatu, Italy, the Netherlands, and Suriname. They also have Europe's largest dependency ratio, meaning the largest percentage of the population that are either children or elderly, meaning that France has the largest strain on their social support system anywhere in Europe. Georgia is home to Europe's worst level of income inequality and has the largest number of breakaway states, 2, which are Abkhazia and South Ossetia. Germany is home to the worst homeless crisis in Europe. 79 out of 10,000 people in the country are homeless, or 650,000 people total, the highest numbers of homeless people seen anywhere on the continent. Though to be fair, 375,000, or over 57% of those people are refugees from other countries. Unlike Andorra, Greece has the highest percentage of the population that regularly smokes cigarettes in Europe, and the third highest anywhere in the world. 42.4% of the Greek population over 15 regularly smokes cigarettes. Greece also has the worst debt crisis anywhere in Europe and the second worst anywhere in the world, with a debt to GDP ratio of 180%. Not only that, but Greece was also ranked as the least generous or charitable nation in Europe and the fourth least in the entire world by the World Giving Index. Hungary is home to the highest sales tax seen anywhere in Europe, with a standard rate of 27% for most goods and services.
That ain't too bad.
Iceland has the highest
27% ain't too bad. It is bad.
consumption of cannabis products in Europe, with over 18% of the population who regularly participate. Although, you could argue this is what she is actually best at, not worst at. Iceland also gets the least amount of sunshine in Europe, with less than 1,200 hours a year. She is Europe's least densely populated country, and she has the least amount of land that's suitable for agriculture, at only 0.07%. The other island that starts with an I in Europe is Ireland. And Ireland not only has the highest rate of cancer in Europe, but she also has the highest rate of cystic fibrosis anywhere in the world. Italy has the lowest college graduation rate on the continent, with only 17% of their population over 25 actually holding a degree. According to the Cultural Diversity Index, Italy is also the least culturally diverse country in Europe, tied with Portugal. And Italy also has Europe's lowest GDP growth rate, with only a 0.3% increase in 2019. Most people don't really think of Kazakhstan as being in Europe, but there is a tiny amount of territory in Europe right here. So it's still technically in Europe, and so I'm still including them in this video. Kazakhstan has the highest amount of underage smokers in Europe, with 4% of boys and 2% of girls participating. And according to the Best Countries Index, Kazakhstan has the least amount of cultural influence for any country with land in Europe. I guess Borat just wasn't enough for people. Sheesh. Meanwhile, Kosovo has Europe's highest and the world's fourth highest unemployment rate at 26%. And Kosovo isn't even a country anyway, depending on who you ask, because Kosovo has the least amount of recognition for any state in Europe. 50% of UN member states and 19% of EU member states do not recognize Kosovo as an independent nation. Most notably Russia, China, India, Brazil, Spain, Ukraine, Romania, and Greece. Now, if you'd like to stop being the worst at something, then I'd recommend you go check out Skillshare.
Nah, bro. I mean, I went through that. I never expect that. Woo! Wow. I think, okay, Iceland wasn't so bad. Finland wasn't so bad. There were a few of these countries that, it's livable. You can live with that type of, bad, as he said, right? But, I mean, what? Wow. I never knew this though, but I'm happy I watched this video. I learned so much about other parts, not other parts of whatever, but I learned so much about, things hidden that I didn't know about specific countries, which is wild. But I really am happy I watched this video. But like I said before, guys, like and subscribe, and I'm moving to Europe. Specifically, matter of fact, everyone who watched the video to this part will know I'm moving to Finland, and there's a video in the there's a link at the top of the comment section. Click it and you'll see the video of me moving to Finland. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.